Discover the transformative power of keeping this profound scripture close to your heart. In this speech, Dr. Joseph Murphy reveals how aligning your thoughts with divine wisdom can shift your mindset, attract abundance, and change every aspect of your life. Watch closely as simple yet powerful principles unlock your inner potential and guide you towards success, peace, and fulfillment. The power of focused thought is one of the most profound and transformative principles that can shape the course of an individual's life. Every achievement, every success, every meaningful change in life begins in the mind. The human mind is like a fertile garden, and thoughts are the seeds that determine what will grow and flourish within it. If the mind is cluttered with negative, scattered, or contradictory thoughts, the outcomes in life will reflect that chaos. Conversely, when the mind is concentrated on a singular purpose, infused with clarity and directed intention, it sets in motion an almost magnetic force that aligns circumstances, opportunities, and energies toward that goal. Focused thought is not merely the act of thinking, it is the deliberate, conscious direction of mental energy toward a specific objective, and it is a skill that can be cultivated with consistent practice. When one understands the mechanics of thought, it becomes clear that the mind is not passive. Thoughts are not simply fleeting ideas or random mental chatter. They are active forces that influence perception, behavior, and even the external world. Dr. Joseph Murphy emphasizes that thought is a form of energy, and energy always produces a corresponding effect. When a thought is concentrated with intention, emotion, and belief, it resonates within the subconscious mind, which is the reservoir of all mental power. The subconscious does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. It responds to the dominant impression it receives. Therefore, a clearly focused thought, repeated and reinforced, impresses the subconscious and begins to manifest in tangible outcomes in the external world. The concept of focused thought is closely related to the idea of mental discipline. Most people's minds are scattered, jumping from one idea to another, reacting to every stimulus, and being constantly influenced by external circumstances. This lack of focus results in frustration, indecision, and unfulfilled potential. In contrast, an individual who learns to harness the power of concentrated thought gains a sense of control over their life. They are able to direct mental energy toward the things that truly matter, whether it is personal growth, professional success, improved relationships, or spiritual development. Focused thought allows a person to channel their creative energy deliberately rather than waste it on distractions and inconsequential concerns. Focused thought also plays a crucial role in shaping one's belief system. Our beliefs are formed by the ideas and images we repeatedly entertain in the mind. When attention is concentrated on positive, constructive, and empowering thoughts, the subconscious absorbs these impressions and begins to operate in alignment with them. Conversely, dwelling on fear, doubt, or negativity reinforces limiting beliefs and sabotages personal growth. By mastering focused thought, individuals can choose which beliefs to nurture and which to discard. This intentional cultivation of thought patterns enables one to break free from self-imposed limitations and step into a life of greater possibility and achievement. Visualization is a key technique that demonstrates the power of focused thought. When a person vividly imagines a desired outcome with full emotional engagement, the mind begins to accept it as a reality. This focused visualization impresses the subconscious mind, which then activates creative faculties to bring the imagined scenario into actual existence. The clarity and intensity of focus are essential here. Vague or half-hearted thoughts are ineffective. Dr. Joseph Murphy often illustrates how sustained mental images, held with faith and belief, gradually influence actions, attract opportunities, and eventually manifest externally. Every successful individual, whether in business, science, or the arts, employs this principle, consciously or unconsciously, to achieve remarkable results. It is also important to recognize that focused thought is not merely about desire, it is about alignment. It requires harmony between conscious intention and subconscious acceptance. The conscious mind decides the purpose, the subconscious provides the creative power to bring it into reality, and the bridge between the two is sustained, concentrated thought. Distractions, doubt, and inconsistency weaken this connection. Therefore, cultivating the ability to maintain prolonged focus on a single thought or objective is a crucial skill. It is through this disciplined focus that mental energy is transformed into tangible results, and the seemingly impossible becomes possible. One of the most powerful aspects of focused thought is its ability to attract circumstances and people that support one's goals. Thoughts are like magnets, drawing toward themselves the conditions and situations that correspond to their nature. A mind concentrated on abundance, success, and positive outcomes creates a field of attraction that aligns external reality with inner intention. On the other hand, a mind absorbed in fear, worry, or lack sends out vibrations that attract obstacles, limitations, and unfavorable conditions. This is not a mystical abstraction. It is the law of cause and effect in action, mediated through the power of mental focus. By understanding and applying this principle, individuals gain mastery over the external events of their lives by first mastering their internal thought processes. Focused thought also enhances decision-making and problem-solving abilities. When the mind is concentrated, it can penetrate complex situations, recognize patterns, and identify solutions with clarity. Scattered thinking leads to confusion, hesitation, and indecision, but focused thought channels mental energy into precise insight. The brain begins to operate as a coherent instrument rather than a fragmented processor. Opportunities that may have gone unnoticed in a distracted state become apparent, and solutions that seemed elusive become achievable. This heightened clarity is a natural consequence of mental focus, demonstrating that the quality of thought directly influences the quality of life. The practice of focused thought is closely linked with self-discipline and emotional regulation. Maintaining concentration requires the ability to resist distractions, control impulsive reactions, and redirect wandering attention. It also involves cultivating a positive emotional state because emotions amplify thoughts. Fear, anger, or anxiety dilute mental energy, while love, faith, and optimism strengthen it. Therefore, focused thought is not merely a cognitive exercise, it is a holistic practice that integrates mental, emotional, and spiritual faculties. The more consistently one engages in focused thinking, the more it becomes a natural state of mind, influencing not only external circumstances, but also personal character, resilience, and inner peace. Daily practices can significantly enhance the power of focused thought. Techniques such as meditation, affirmations, and mindful contemplation allow the mind to concentrate on chosen ideas without distraction. Even a few minutes of daily focus, repeated consistently, can gradually reshape mental habits and lead to profound transformation. Dr. Joseph Murphy emphasizes the importance of persistence in thought. A single fleeting idea has little impact, but repeated, intentional focus engraves the desired pattern into the subconscious, making it a natural part of one's mental landscape. Over time, this results in new behaviors, decisions, and outcomes that reflect the power of sustained attention. The power of focused thought also extends to health and well-being. Scientific studies have shown that mental focus, visualization, and positive thinking can influence physical health, accelerate recovery, and improve overall vitality. The mind and body are deeply interconnected, and concentrated thought can stimulate healing, reinforce healthy habits, and reduce the effects of stress. By consistently focusing on images of wellness, vitality, and strength, individuals can activate the body's natural restorative processes, demonstrating that the effects of focused thought are not limited to material success, but encompass all dimensions of life. In relationships, focused thought enhances empathy, understanding, and harmonious interaction. By consciously directing thoughts toward love, compassion, and appreciation for others, the subconscious absorbs these impressions, and behavior begins to align accordingly. Communication becomes clearer, conflicts are resolved more gracefully, and connections deepen. Focused thought transforms not only individual circumstances, but also social environments, as the quality of one's mental state radiates outward and influences interactions with others. The transformative effect of focused thought is cumulative. Each deliberate mental act reinforces the next, creating a momentum that propels individuals toward their objectives. It is like dropping a pebble into a still pond. The ripples spread outward, influencing every aspect of life. Small, consistent efforts in focusing the mind gradually reprogram habitual thought patterns, replacing fear with confidence, doubt with faith, and limitation with possibility. The more one practices this principle, the more naturally the mind gravitates toward constructive, empowering ideas, making success, happiness, and fulfillment a natural consequence rather than a distant goal. Focused thought also encourages creativity and innovation. When the mind is free from distractions and fully engaged on a particular problem or idea, it begins to see connections and possibilities that were previously hidden. Insight and inspiration emerge naturally as the subconscious contributes ideas that the conscious mind may not have been able to generate alone. This creative synergy is a hallmark of powerful, focused thinking and explains why innovators, inventors, and visionaries often achieve breakthroughs when fully immersed in their ideas. Finally, focused thought cultivates a sense of purpose and meaning. Life becomes more intentional when mental energy is directed toward chosen goals. Individuals experience a greater sense of alignment between their desires, actions, and outcomes. Every thought, word, and action gains significance, creating a coherent trajectory that fosters confidence, motivation, and resilience. Focused thought transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, the mundane into meaningful, and the potential within every individual into actualized reality. It is a principle that, when understood and applied, unlocks the vast reservoir of mental power inherent in every human being, revealing the extraordinary capabilities that lie just beyond the ordinary boundaries of thought. Faith is one of the most powerful forces in the human experience, functioning as both a guiding light and a catalyst for profound transformation. It is more than mere belief or hope. Faith is the unwavering confidence in the unseen, the inner certainty that what is envisioned or desired can be achieved regardless of current circumstances. Faith is the invisible engine that propels individuals beyond obstacles, doubt, and uncertainty, providing the mental and emotional fuel necessary for lasting change. It is the foundation upon which dreams are built and the bridge between desire and manifestation. Dr. Joseph Murphy emphasizes that faith, when fully understood and consciously applied, has the power to transform every area of life, material, emotional, and spiritual, because it directs the subconscious mind to work in alignment with one's highest aspirations. The essence of faith lies in its ability to create a mental and emotional state that fosters certainty and trust. It is not blind or passive belief, but an active, deliberate trust in the intelligence of the universe and the power of the subconscious mind. Faith begins with a thought, a conviction that something positive is possible, and grows through repetition, affirmation, and sustained attention. The human mind responds to the dominant thoughts that occupy it, and when faith is consistently focused on constructive outcomes, it shapes perception, behavior, and circumstances in accordance with that faith. Those who have mastered faith understand that it is not dependent on external validation or immediate evidence. It is an inner knowing that persists despite apparent obstacles, delays, or setbacks. Faith is intimately connected to the subconscious mind, which operates as the repository of all creative power and potential. The subconscious cannot distinguish between imagined realities and concrete experiences. It simply accepts as true what is impressed upon it. Therefore, when faith is combined with visualization, affirmations, or repeated positive thought, the subconscious mind accepts these beliefs as fact, setting into motion the natural processes that bring them into manifestation. Dr. Joseph Murphy often emphasizes that every significant achievement or life change begins in the realm of thought and belief. Faith acts as the medium through which intention is transformed into reality, guiding actions, decisions, and circumstances toward desired outcomes. The transformative nature of faith is evident in its capacity to dissolve fear and doubt. Fear is the most common barrier to personal growth and achievement, as it weakens the mind's ability to focus and the heart's ability to trust. Doubt, similarly, undermines the subconscious by sending conflicting messages that produce uncertainty and delay. Faith, however, counteracts these negative forces by creating an unwavering belief in positive outcomes and in one's inherent ability to achieve them. It instills courage, persistence, and resilience, enabling individuals to move forward even when the path appears uncertain or challenging. In this way, faith acts as both shield and compass, providing protection from discouragement while guiding toward the fulfillment of one's aspirations. The practical application of faith requires a conscious commitment to trust and alignment with higher principles. Faith is not passive hope or wishful thinking. It is an active, intentional process that involves directing thought, energy, and attention toward a desired outcome. This requires clarity of intention, focus, and repetition. Affirmations, visualizations, and meditative practices are tools that reinforce faith by impressing the desired reality upon the subconscious mind. Each repetition strengthens conviction, gradually transforming initial belief into a deep, unshakable certainty that the desired result is already unfolding. Through this process, faith becomes self-reinforcing. The more it is practiced, the stronger it grows, and the more its effects are reflected in external reality. Faith also functions as a lens through which challenges and setbacks are reframed. Life inevitably presents obstacles, disappointments, and unexpected circumstances, and it is often these very challenges that test the depth of one's faith. When faith is firmly established, difficulties are perceived not as failures, but as opportunities for growth, learning, and redirection. This perspective allows individuals to maintain mental equilibrium and emotional stability preserving energy for constructive action rather than wasting it on fear, frustration, or despair. By sustaining faith through adversity, the subconscious remains aligned with the vision of success, ensuring that the forces necessary for achievement continue to operate in harmony with one's intentions. Faith is inseparable from the concept of expectation. When an individual holds a deep, unwavering belief that positive outcomes are inevitable, the mind and body naturally prepare to receive those outcomes. The subconscious begins to orchestrate circumstances, insights, and opportunities that support the realization of the vision. This is why expectation and faith together function as a powerful creative force. The mind moves decisively in the direction of the anticipated result, influencing both perception and action in ways that increase the likelihood of success. Dr. Joseph Murphy underscores that faith transforms passive longing into active creation, bridging the gap between desire and fulfillment. Another critical aspect of faith is its effect on personal behavior and habits. Faith instills confidence and motivation, which naturally influence decision-making, productivity, and perseverance. Individuals who operate from a foundation of faith are less likely to procrastinate, succumb to doubt, or engage in self-sabotaging behaviors. Instead, they act decisively, guided by the inner certainty that their actions are aligned with a larger plan of fulfillment. This alignment between belief, intention, and action produces a powerful momentum, gradually reshaping circumstances in favor of the individual's goals. Faith is therefore not only an internal psychological state, but also a practical tool for effecting real world change. Faith also nurtures a sense of connection with universal intelligence or divine guidance. It is the acknowledgement that life is governed by higher principles, and that when one aligns their thought and intention with these principles, the path to desired outcomes becomes clearer. This spiritual dimension of faith enhances resilience, patience, and wisdom as it fosters trust in the unfolding of life's events. Rather than relying solely on personal effort or external conditions, faith encourages individuals to cooperate with the greater forces of existence, amplifying the effectiveness of their focused thought and actions. The synergy of faith and spiritual alignment accelerates transformation and creates a deep sense of purpose and meaning. Faith operates most powerfully when combined with imagination. The mind is naturally creative, and the act of vividly imagining desired outcomes strengthens faith by providing the subconscious mind with a clear blueprint of what is to be realized. Imagination and faith work together as a dynamic pair. Imagination forms the vision, while faith fuels the conviction that the vision can and will be realized. Dr. Joseph Murphy emphasizes that by consistently visualizing the fulfillment of desires with emotional intensity, individuals impress the subconscious mind, which then orchestrates circumstances to bring that vision into tangible reality. The clarity and consistency of faith-driven imagination determine the speed and effectiveness of manifestation. Faith also has a profound impact on relationships and interpersonal interactions. When individuals operate from a foundation of faith in themselves, in others, and in the positive potential of life, they radiate confidence, warmth, and trustworthiness. Others naturally respond to this energy, creating harmonious connections and supportive interactions. Faith generates a magnetic effect, attracting people, opportunities, and resources that align with one's goals. Conversely, doubt, fear, or negativity repels support and limits the flow of constructive circumstances. By cultivating faith, individuals not only transform their internal state, but also influence the external world in ways that promote cooperation, opportunity, and growth. In addition, faith serves as a powerful mechanism for personal healing and well-being. The mind-body connection is profoundly influenced by belief and expectation, and faith can accelerate recovery, enhance resilience, and improve overall health. When individuals hold a firm conviction in their capacity to heal, grow, or overcome challenges, the subconscious mind directs the body's energies to support that outcome. Dr. Joseph Murphy often cites cases in which individuals experience remarkable improvements in health and life circumstances by maintaining unwavering faith, demonstrating that belief is not a mere psychological tool, but a real, dynamic force that interacts with all dimensions of life. The practice of faith requires patience and persistence. Results are rarely instantaneous, and the process of manifestation may involve gradual shifts in thought, behavior, and circumstance. It is during these periods of apparent delay that faith is most crucial, as it maintains alignment with the intended outcome despite external appearances. Sustained faith ensures that the subconscious mind continues to work toward the goal, even when conscious perception suggests otherwise. By maintaining belief, confidence, and trust, individuals reinforce the natural law of mental causation, which ultimately brings the desired change into physical reality. Faith is also deeply linked to gratitude. Recognizing and appreciating the blessings already present in life reinforces belief in the goodness and abundance of the universe. Gratitude magnifies faith by creating a positive emotional environment in which the mind naturally expects continued provision and support. This expectation, in turn, strengthens mental focus and reinforces the impression on the subconscious mind. Through gratitude, faith becomes not only a tool for future outcomes, but also a source of present contentment and inner fulfillment, creating a harmonious cycle of belief, expectation, and realization. Moreover, faith fosters resilience and adaptability. Life is filled with uncertainties, challenges, and unforeseen circumstances, and it is the strength of one's faith that determines how effectively these situations are navigated. Individuals with deep faith perceive setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities to learn, adjust, and persist. Faith encourages a flexible, yet unwavering approach to goal attainment, allowing individuals to adapt strategies while maintaining alignment with their ultimate vision. This adaptability, grounded in belief, ensures that challenges become stepping stones rather than obstacles, further accelerating the process of transformation. Faith also nurtures a sense of inner peace and mental stability. When the mind is anchored in belief, it is less susceptible to anxiety, worry, or turmoil caused by external conditions. Faith provides a mental and emotional refuge, a place of certainty and calm amid the unpredictable currents of life. This inner stability enhances clarity, decision-making, and effectiveness in action as the mind operates from a state of confidence and assurance rather than fear and uncertainty. By cultivating faith, individuals create a mental environment that supports growth, creativity, and the manifestation of desired outcomes while minimizing internal resistance and conflict. Faith, when consciously applied, transforms the ordinary processes of thought, intention, and action into a deliberate and potent mechanism for change. It aligns conscious desire with subconscious power, bridges imagination with reality, and harmonizes personal effort with universal intelligence. Those who understand the principles of faith recognize that life is not a series of random events, but a field of possibilities shaped by belief, focus, and expectation. Faith acts as the catalyst that sets these forces in motion, accelerating the realization of goals, deepening personal fulfillment, and unlocking the latent potential inherent in every individual